Greetings, Lewis. Welcome to another video. So this morning, as soon as I woke up, uh, I had an idea that just popped up into my head, and I kind of wanted to make it into a deck profile. I thought about like the concept behind the ABC and how it wasn't performing as optimally as it was like in the TCG. And the first thing that I thought is, what happens if we pair it up with a deck that mills like Tearlament? This deck list has went through multiple iterations. It is 50 cards, but bear with me on this. Everything makes sense. Like the ratios make sense, the lines make sense. Like there's a lot of synergy between like all the cards here. There's a lot of lines that you can make. There's a lot of different end boards that this deck can create. This deck has like a level of playability and recursion. And I just figured I wanted to share the concept. I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages. I'm going to talk about the ratios. I'm going to explain like how the lines work, and I'll be doing a couple test hands. So for starters, we have the ABC pieces. As Union Driver is an honorary piece as well. Then you have the Chisus. I'm not playing Mudora. I already explained beforehand my reasoning behind that. I just feel like the millers are more important, and if we're going to play a shuffler, Kilder is the best one because if you open it alongside another one, you can dump, summon, and grab another one. We're playing 4 tier names. We're not playing Rhino Heart. The main function behind the tier names here is to help facilitate milling, and not only that, but serve as a catalyst for fusion plays. For the Punk monsters, we're playing 3 Tearlament, 3 Foxy Tunes, 1 Ogre Dance, 1 Deer Note. Like, I'm not concentrating on playing Punk like with the other level 3s. I'm not trying to plus out of the Punks themselves. The main play you want to do with the Punks here is to have lines that can get you to Diabolantis as well as Ancient Fairy and Shooting Razor Dragon. So that's the reasoning behind those. We're also playing a Therion package alongside that. The Therions have like a lot of innate synergy with the ABC pieces, and it also has a synergy with the Punk engine, especially with the addition of Diabolantis. So 2 Regulus and 1 Borea. The other target for Diabolantis is Fusion Parasite. So Fusion Parasite is here pretty much as a catalyst to make Rule Kalos and Grapha and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. What makes this different from King of the Swamp is like you can reborn this with Cross Cheap, and if you reborn it, it does trigger its effect to Fusion Summon. I just felt like this card was really good. This card was really strong. Well, the card itself is not really strong. I just wanted the Fusion Catalyst in my deck. But I did not want to play King of the Swamp. I just felt like with the first ratio and build I made of this deck, I was breaking on King of the Swamp. So I just figured having a Fusion Catalyst that is very, very accessible through other engines was justified. Cobalt Eagle is here because of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. The reason you play Cobalt Eagle and you don't play any other Crystal Beast is because if you do draw the Cobalt Eagle, you can summon it, put it back into your deck, and it makes the Rainbow Bridge be live. You don't play Emerald Tortoise because we're not playing Kaleido Heart. And Kick Kalos is forbidden. Otherwise, we would be playing it. Blackwing Zephyros, I just felt like it's a free level 4 that you can summon. It like makes lines with Yamen into like the synchros. It can make you Mud Dragon, and it can also make you Redoer. So just a really good card to mill overall. If you open multiple field spells, you can like recycle one of them back and just activate another one, and just keep cycling and siphoning your plays there. Um, we're maxing out on Teleport and Foolish Burial Goods. These were just really good aforementioned starters. Teleport being a one card starter for Xiamen is really really strong because Xiamen can get you to the Diabolantis line. It can also make you Punisher. If you open it alongside ABC pieces, this can get you into Ancient Fairy Dragon. And the cool thing about Ancient Fairy Dragon is that it can access you and rotate between all three of these field spells. So that felt like that was really really strong. So that's the explanation behind those. Rotation, Foolish, and Terraforming, I just felt like these were the best one-offs that just maintained the deck consistent and kept doing what you wanted to do with the deck. Ignore the side deck spot. These were just non-ending cards that I was testing out. The sad part about this, as you can see, there is no real room for non-engine, but I felt that that was fine and justified because the deck has a lot of plays that can try to push your opponent's board, like for example like Tearlament cards, like Therion King. If you can summon it early, it can become something. If you get a chance to get into Sargas, that is also a strong card because it gets you to a Therion line, and it can threaten like a potential Zeus, even though I'm not playing Zeus in the extra deck. But yeah, that was like the theory. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you different test hands, just so you can see like how consistent the deck is at what it wants to do. This is just example, one of the many examples. Like, let's Foxy Tune. Let us Dom Destrudo. We can Xiamen effect. Pay 6. We'll grab Ogre Dance. The reason we're grabbing Ogre Dance is because this is a dark monster, so you can end up making Mud Dragon if you end up milling a Tearlament name. That will grab us Deer Note. We're going to reveal Deer Note and Foxy Tune. We're going to summon the Deer Note and Foxy Tune to graveyard. No point in activating Foxy Tune since we all grabbed the Deer Note, and there's no point in risking like a potential Ash Blossom, even though they probably would have ashed like the Xiamen by now, or the. I'm kind of dumb. I already used Foxy Tune. That's the main reason. Ignore that. We got Diabolantis triggers, Deer Note triggers. There's a lot of different things you can do here. The play that I'm gonna do is I'm going to summon Xiamen and I'm going to dump Fusion Parasite. The reason we're doing that is because we have Primeval Planet in our hand. So Parasite. Another play that you could do is instead of doing that, you dump Borea and you summon Foxy Tune. That will make you Sargas, and Sargas will grab you this Colosseum, which then can trigger to summon to grab us King Regulus, and Regulus can equip Lily Borea. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to add the Primeval Planet effect. We'll grab. Let us grab Sharon. We got Sharon to hand. We'll trigger Sharon's effect. We'll dump Blackwing Sephiroth. Merely was dumped. Like again, like all these hands will vary, and the mills will going to change your lines. Um, but I originally wanted to end on Sprint till I could dump Merly so I can summon like Rogue Kalos or Grapha that way. But since we already milled it, we're just going to do that. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to put Sharon back into our hand. We're going to summon Zephyros. We're going to use the Zephyros and the Xiamen, and we're going to make Ancient Fairy Dragon. We'll do Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect. We'll pop the planet. That will grab us into Union Hanger. And then we'll Union Hanger's effect. We'll grab the Buster Drake. We're going to do Ancient Fairy Dragon. We're going to summon the B-Buster. We're going to use Union Hanger. We're going to equip Union Driver. And we're going to use Union Driver's effect. And we're going to summon C Crush Wyvern. Depending on your hand and the sequence, and depending on the lines you start out with, like for example, if you start on the tier line instead of the punk line, and vice versa, the arrangement of these letters will be interchangeable. But for the main combo that we're doing, we're just going to stick it to these two. So we're going to special C Buster Drake because it doesn't have the Union Hanger restriction. It's only restricted by Union Driver. And since the Ancient Fairy already used this effect this turn, we're just going to use the Buster Drake and the Ancient Fairy and turn it into Cross Cheap. The B Buster Drake will trigger, and we're going to grab ourselves a Assault Core. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to do the Strudel's effect. We're going to special itself, paying half. It's now level 3. We're going to grab the Sea Crush Wyvern and the Destrudo. This goes to the bottom of the deck. And this is going to net us into Shooting Riser Dragon. The Sea Crush Wyvern is going to trigger, so we're going to summon the A Assault Core. We're going to do Shooting Riser's effect, and we're just going to dump something. We have a myriad of options. Take note that whatever we're dumping, we're not going to be able to activate this effect. Let us send us the Fusion Parasite. The reason we're doing that is because now this is level 6. So now we grab these two and we make Bear on the floor. Now that all 3 letters are in the graveyard, you can banish them 3. Banish. Grab. And we'll banish these 3. We'll summon the ABC Dragon Buster. Cross Shape triggers because Buster was summoned. And we'll be able to summon... we won't be able to summon Fusion Parasite because we dumped it with the Shooting Riser. However, let us summon Xiamen. So this could be our end board. There are other things you can do. I'm gonna show you just other stuff that you can do, like with the current board that we have. Like for example, you can turn these three into Appaloosa for 3 materials, and you just have room for the ABC Durant Buster. You can do the sprint. You can do sprint dump Merly. Merly was already being used sadly, so you can. It was already being used earlier, but the reason that we're doing sprint is because you can turn these, or you can turn these. Like you can keep the Buster and you can use the Roll Colors. You can turn these into Champion Sargas, and then the Sargas triggers. Sargas will grab us like this Colosseum, and this Colosseum can grab us King Regulus, and you can end on King Regulus and equip the Lily. And then use Lily's effect, send this, and to grab us another copy of Colosseum for next turn. Or you can just leave the Colosseum as is, like on the board, and have it be like battle protection. But yeah, this is like a typical M board. You're going to have a lot of M boards similar to this one. And I'm just going to shuffle a hand just to show you that a lot of opening hands can get you to that play. We open Teleport and we open Deer Note. That's pretty much full combo. Let us do. Do you want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. So Teleport, Zeoman for Foxy. We'll dump Ogre Dance just to grab us another copy of Zeoman. We'll activate Deer Note, sending the Ogre Dance. This makes the Avalantis. We did not open the tier line, so what we're gonna do here is something slightly different. We still have one more copy of Zeoman in the deck, so, and we still have not normal summon because this was all with emergency teleport. So what we're gonna do here is Mantis dump Borea, just so I can show you a Therion line. We're gonna dump Lily. We're going to summon back Ogre Dance. This makes Sargas. Sargas will grab us this Colosseum. And this Colosseum will grab us King Regulus. And King Regulus will equip itself with Lady Borea. Now what we can do is we'll Foxy Tune into the last copy of Zeoman. And take note, we have not normal summon, so we now normal summon the Eagle, and this gets us to Asian Fairy Dragon. And all roads leads to Rome, because now what's gonna happen is this will pop this, grab us the Hanger, Hanger effect, Hanger for B, special B, you banish the driver, you equip C, you can keep Sargas, so the sprint ends up like being like even more potent, but we'll make cross, grab us A, we make sprint, triggers, C triggers, so we summon A, we dump Merly, Merly goes to the bottom of the deck. So we make the mud dragon. And now we can banish all these. And we end on the Buster Drake, on ABC Dragon Buster. So not the same board as we did with the tier line, but it kind of shows you like the lines and the opening plays are very conjoined. Like there is a lot of different bridges that can get you from one play to another. And yeah, but that's kind of it for the deck profile and the concept. I like I pretty much love experimenting with different decks with different lines. Um, I hope this was something to your liking. Maybe you can have a lot of fun with this. Maybe you'll find a way to solve this deck and play non-engine in it. Maybe you'll find a way to predicate to have less cards in the main deck. I just felt like this ratio was correct for like everything that I wanted to do, and as you can see, like the deck was really consistent. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed practicing and keep doing.